Hello, I'm Father Joe Gambala, pastor of St. Malachy Catholic Church in Sterling Heights. Welcome to Saints of the Day. Today is September the 3rd. A number of years ago, when I was on my sabbatical in Rome, I was there during the Lenten season and participated in an ancient tradition of going to a different church every day for the 40 days of Lent to celebrate Mass. This tradition dates to today's saint, St. Gregory the Great. St. Gregory the Great was born in a very wealthy family in Sicily. He was a very devout Catholic and became a priest and worked for the papacy in Rome at the time, and eventually was elected Pope himself. But his papacy had many, many challenges. In this time period of the early 500s, various barbarian tribes would sweep down the Italian peninsula. And the Roman Empire, at this time called the Byzantine Empire, many times would abandon the city of Rome to these barbarians and leave the Pope alone with the people to fend for themselves. By the time Gregory is elected Pope, his people are in dire straits because the last of the working aqueducts had broken down. These were the beautiful aqueducts built by the Romans centuries ago to bring fresh water in from the mountains to the people of the city. And without that fresh water, all the people were left to use was the water in the Tiber River, the same water that all the refuse was dumped into. Needless to say, disease was prevalent. So Gregory used his own personal money to repair the aqueduct and bring the fresh water in. Consequently, the people loved him for that. He also wanted to improve their spiritual status and establish the tradition in Lent of going to a different church each day. Churches built upon the houses that St. Peter had celebrated Masses in when he was the first Pope of Rome. And St. Gregory would celebrate a Mass each day, a tradition that goes on to this day. He also, as pontiff, saw himself as pontiff of not just the city of Rome, but of course for the entire world. And he felt heartbroken when he saw these poor young men, blonde young men from what was called Britannia at the time. We know it as modern-day England. And they were being sold in a slave market. Gregory's heart was broken by this, so he sent Augustine, a saint we had talked about last summer, to England in order to bring the faith to the British people. He also felt that liturgy needed to be more uplifting. He thought music was a good way to do that. And so he composed a great deal of music, mostly in the form of chant. And this form of chanting, added to the liturgy, made the liturgy more uplifting to people and made them think more open to the Spirit of God, as music often does lift up our spirits. At the time, he just called it chant music. We know it today now as Gregorian chant.